Just west of Chicago, in a community called Elmhurst, there's a place where you'll grow into a connected thinker and a passionate changemaker, with skills to excel and knowledge that lasts. Elmhurst University. Go far, do well.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside R.A. Falconer Hall. I'm Bill Donning. He's Dawson Wells. Home opener for the men's basketball team tonight, and they come in 0-1, but a very challenged 0-1 against a nationally ranked powerhouse such as Wisconsin Lutheran. Here tonight, they welcome in the University of Olivet.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Very tough game in the first game of the season for this Elmhurst side, losing all but one starter, Tegan Pearson, the only returning starter this year, trying to get a first win of the season here at home.
Well, we know this team can score. The one thing that got them in trouble against Wisconsin Lutheran was the turnovers. They had a lot of turnovers, and they had a lot of fouls, and Wisconsin Lutheran capitalized that on the points off of turnovers.
Yeah, 24 turnovers for this Elmhurst side. 28 personal fouls as well. Sent Illinois Lutheran to the line a lot. Only lost by 10. It was a game they should have and could have won, but they're trying to get their first win of the year tonight.
Well, it's the Comets and the Blue Jays coming up next. We're going to send it down to courtside for our opening ceremonies here tonight. right, Dawson, pregame is out of here, and the one thing that I noticed when you look out at center court right here is a very tall 6'10", 260-pound sophomore Connor Skipper is going to have to be – you're going to have to body him up in the paint because that guy can score, and he's big. Yeah,
he's going to be an absolute force right under the rim. 15.5 points per game so far this season, 7 rebounds as well. He's going to be a force and a key player to body up. Elmhurst wants to come away with a victory.
Jaden Malachi, 6'7", junior, from Clayton, Indiana, will jump against Skipper. And the Blue Jays will come down with it. And we are underway here in the first half. Here's Trellenberg, junior from Westchester. Malachi, top of the key, moves it to the near side, Aiden Boone. There's a shot from Tegan Pearson. We talked about him, the only returner out of the starting 5 from last year's CCIW conference champion. And Olivet quickly moves it down the court. Nathan Richardson, one and done. And here come the Blue Jays. Sebastian Blahout, 6'2", junior out of Wooddale. Here's Pearson. Just beyond the free throw line. He thought twice about it. Now Dominic Trellenberg gets it down to Malachi. Right of the lane, shot up no good. That one off the side of the backboard. And here comes the Comets out of Olivet University. Sam Hargraves, their head coach. There's another big man right there, Brandon Wines, 6'4", 240 out of Olivet. Didn't have to go far to go to college.
No, he did not, in his hometown school.
Here's Richardson, and they tried to give and go, and Richardson's going to be fouled as he was crashing from the left side of the block. And the first foul of the contest.
Yeah, it looked like Blahout there, making his second career start. Got his first in the first game of the season against Wisconsin Lutheran.
It was a good hold. I mean, Blahout right there, he had no choice to kind of hold on to him a little bit to try to slow him down. Here's Richardson baseline, drops it down inside, stripped by Trellenberg. And Boone comes out with it, and here come the Blue Jays. Pearson, whose brother we got to see play in the JV game just prior. I tell you, those two, can you imagine growing up playing a game of horse with those two? And Pearson does what he did exactly last year. The 6'3" graduate out of Westchester went to Nazareth, the powerhouse on LaGrange Road, in Ogden. Here's the big man Skipper. Nice touch for a big man, 12-footer along the baseline and good right over the top of Aiden Boone, who he has a 5-inch height differential against. There's a shot, that time by Boone. And that one may be going off of Pearson. And let's see, no, they're going to keep it with the Blue Jays.
Yeah, right off Pearson here. Pretty good shot from Boone, just a little off target.
Boy, they make some pretty big kids. 230, 6'5", Boone out of Libertyville, Illinois. Wow. Yeah, here's Malachi. I mean, I don't know if I'd even want to get on the court with these guys. They're so big.
Yeah, they're very tall, and Malachi missing that 3 there. Didn't take a 3 last game for Elmhurst.
Head coach John Baines in his 12th season, coming off a CCIW championship last year. Went down to Illinois Wesleyan and beat the Titans on their home court. Here's Trellenberg. Nice shot. 12-footer baseline right in front of the Comets bench.
A good move from him to find the space and get wide open for the shot.
4-2 is your score. Here's Skipper way outside. Wanted to give it to Richardson. Swings it to Crutchman. Crutchman tries to go around Trellenberg. Good D there by Trellenberg. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Richardson. Richardson, nowhere to go at the elbow. And he's going to lose it and turn it over.
Good defense so far from Elmhurst. Right here. Just off a foot, off his own foot. Pressured by Blahout.
That shot clock under 10 seconds, too. That's good defense.
Yeah, a lot of new faces as well on this Elmhurst side. They're showing up early so far this season.
Trellenberg goes against the big man, and that could be exactly what the memo reads. You want to get their big man, Connor Skipper, in trouble. Take a look at that. I mean, a well-designed play. wide open. That lane just split like the Red Sea right there, and he went one-on-one with Skipper, and Skipper, his feet moving. That's going to put Dominic Trellenberg, 6'5", junior out of Westchester, also went to Nazareth. And the southpaw puts it down, and it's a 3-point lead here with 16:59 left in the first half.
Yeah, Connor Skipper, he's the main star for this Olivet team. 56.5% shooting from the field so far this season. If he's going to get in foul trouble, that's going to be a big loss for Olivet.
Yes, I mean, they have some height, but they don't have another Skipper. That guy can play. Going all the way, and a block this time by Boone. He took one off the chin. He's back up. Here's Boone. Back over to Trellenberg. No, excuse me. That is Blahout. Boone over in the corner, and I think he's bleeding. He put his hand into his mouth, and he got the pass. That one stripped by Blahout.
Oh, just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he's bleeding. That's what he was doing when that pass came to him. And you take a look at that.
Yeah, he was not ready for that pass.
No. He's going to have to come out of the contest. And coming in for him, Dylan Engler, 6'5", graduate out of Oswego. So 25 on the shot clock. Comets trail by 4. Richardson inbound. Kicks it back out. Crutchman now on the near side. Hathaway. And a kick ball. Shot clock, due to the fact it was under 20 on a kick ball, it gets pushed back to 20. If it was above 20, it would have stayed as put. Here's Skipper. Hathaway kicks it out. Long three this time by Wine. That one no good. That one almost goes in. And Skipper again cleans up the mess underneath the basket, and he gets his first points of the night. No, he's got 4, excuse me.
Yeah, Skipper, just absolute beast down in the paint for this Olivet side. It's going to be a key to the game if they can box him out, especially on the defensive side for Elmhurst.
Here's Pearson, a long three. That one looked short right off the bat. Maybe got a piece of it. Trellenberg with the offensive board. Here's Blahout. Malachi, top of the key for 3. In and out, no good. Richardson with the board. Here come the Comets and fast break. Crutchman. And he's going to be fouled by Blahout. Good outlet there by Richardson.
Yeah, just a little shoulder to shoulder. Blahout ran right into him. And Blahout already in a little bit of foul trouble for the Blue Jays. That's his second coming out of the game on the bench.
The second time, Dawson, that he has kind of been caught one step behind, and he's had to make a foul in order to prevent a fast break basket.
Yeah, right around in the same spots, too, both times.
Richardson, that one might be over and back. No, they're going to say it was partially. Yeah, that should be. That should be over and back.
Called a travel, actually, down on this baseline.
Yeah, that may have been what they call a makeup call on that one. Unless it was partially deflected. And then he'd say, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he just walked with it.
Well, because he even thought that it was probably a over and back. E.J. Marshall, 6-foot sophomore out of Downers Grove, played at Proviso East. Tried to slip that one inside to Robert Roskowitz, the 6'7" senior out of Addison. Here's Richardson. Skipper way outside. He's going to back down Trellenberg, and Trellenberg wins that battle. Roskowitz with the strong rebound. Roskowitz, you can tell he has hit the gym in the offseason.
Yeah, he's looking very strong. It's going to have to be, especially against Skipper. He's got a lot of weight and height on him.
Blue Jays, 3 turnovers in the last minute and 53 seconds. A little bit of a scoring drought by both teams. Richardson lose it, but it looks like it went off Trellenberg.
That's some good help defense from Trellenberg. We've seen it a couple times from him tonight on the defensive side, just knocking the ball away there.
Kolakovic checking in for the Comets. Richardson crashing right down the lane on the inbounds. That was another good play, and we are tied 6-6, 14:38 left here in the first. Richardson on the steal. Olivet, fast break. Nice scoop move up, but a little too strong. Richardson wanted to take a second time. This one partially tipped. Lee Hardy gives it up to Crutchman. Back over to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. That one stolen. Nice play there by Marshall. Marshall, fast break. Going to try to go coast to coast. That one partially tipped. And then rebounded by Crutchman. Now the Comets. Bodies flying everywhere. Here's a 10-footer right along the left of the block. That one kept alive. And Roskowitz and the Blue Jays. And I think they're going to slow it down a little bit right here. That pace not good for either team. 6-6. Just over 6 minutes gone here in the first. Dylan Engler, Pearson, now Engler. Between the rings, Pearson is going to try a spot up three, top of the key. That one, no good. You talk about fighting for that one right there. Boone almost had that.
Yeah, neither team can get a basket right now.
Roskowitz comes up with that ball. Hit number 40, Lee Hardy, right in the face.
Yeah, that one was coming in hot right for Hardy, but this is an important possession for Elmhurst. 1 for their last 9.
Shot up and good by Pearson. Good drive to the basket. And timeout on the floor. Head coach Sam Hargraves. You can see Pearson right there. He saw one player was on each side of the lane, and he just drove right down the middle and banked it off the glass. A beautiful play there by Pearson.
Yeah, really was just able to split that lane, like you said, found the open space, and that's exactly what Elmhurst needs out of Pearson. He's their most experienced player, one of the last players from that national championship runner-up team from a couple of years ago, scored 20 points in the first game of the season, and they need him to step up this season.
What a run they had, too. And then last year, when everybody thought that they were down and out as they struggled toward the tail end, losing to Wheaton, losing to Carroll, they thought, well, we're going to make the tournament, but what chances do we have? And they go to Illinois Wesleyan, take the tournament, and go to the big show. And that's exactly what head coach John Baines wants. He wants consistency, and he's got a completely different team this year, with Pearson being the only starter from last year's 5 that was here. And when they graduated those 4, I mean, those were all Americans that did a lot here for this program and set the foundation for these kids. And you can see that they are playing just as hard as they did last year. So they bought into the system. Head coach John Baines, John Chang, Melissa Schwab, Aiden Chang, Nick Farida at the helm of the Blue Jays. And Dawson, pretty good start here. Sloppy play a little bit on both sides here early.
Yeah, just a little bit sloppy. The pace of this game has been incredible so far. Up and down the floor, there's a lot of space. Good steal.
Nice. Roskowitz, that time on the steal on the inbounds. Biggest lead is 4, 10-6. Kalakovic swings it near side. Sam Howard, the freshman. Back over to 3. Hanen, that's good. And that ends a drought. Nobody on the first 7 threes made one except right there. And that was Evan Hanen, the junior from Burton. Now the Blue Jays. Well, that could have been called a travel either way. Good play that time by Marshall. But a strong board by the big man, Lee Hardy.
And he's given Skipper a lot of rest. 6'7" Hardy there. Giving their big man a lot of rest for the Comets.
Here's Howard. He's going to try a 3. That one misses everything. Roskowitz gets it out to Trellenberg. Trellenberg, stop. 3-pointer by Engler, no good. Roskowitz fights for it, gets it. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Shot up, no good. It would have counted if it fell. And that's going to put number 14, Robert Roskowitz, 6'7" senior out of Addison.
This is one of the new players for this Elmhurst side, transfer from Aurora last season, getting down in the paint and putting it up.
And like I said, he went into the weight room, and I tell you, he is looking good. He is strong, and he went amongst 2 Comets right there, Dawson, to get that rebound. 10-9 is your score. Roskowitz with the first one is no good. They were 2 for 2 up to that point. Olivet bringing Skipper back in. Head coach John Baines will counter with Aiden Boone.
And free throws for this Elmhurst side in the first half against Wisconsin Lutheran. Kind of struggled a little bit, 2 from 5 from the line. They missed both right there. Need to step those up. Those are free points left on the table.
Kretschmann, another freshman, playing a lot of minutes here for the Comets. Here's Skipper way outside. We saw him in pregame practice. He was able to knock them down. But this time he had pressure in his face. Here's Engler. Engler backing down Hathaway. Now Boone with it. Bounces it back in. Schellenberg left of the lane. The southpaw banks it off the backboard and in. It's 12-9.
Yeah, Schellenberg was a bench player for this Elmhurst side last year. 12 and a half minutes per game. Now in a starting role, need him to step up.
Skipper, high give and go. Nowikovic, and then rebounded inside by Kretschmann and put in. That time by Nowikovic.
Roskowitz playing good D there, just couldn't get to the ball.
Marshall. Here's Roskowitz. Here on the near wing, Engler. Schellenberg, baseline, good, nothing but nets. Dominic Schellenberg starting to light it up. He's got 8.
I scored 15 last time out for Elmhurst. Played 35 minutes for this Blue Jays team with a lot of foul trouble in their last match.
Here's Skipper, finds Hathaway. Hathaway free throw line. That one contested. Skipper gets it, and he'll put it in. He is good, 6 points.
He's going to be a big part of that Comets offense tonight. You can already see it when he's on the floor, just dominates that middle of the paint right underneath the basket.
Yeah, you can't allow him any chances at the basket. Shot up and good, count it, Dylan Engler. Good spin move and a reverse Rooney. He kissed it off the glass and the and one coming up.
Yeah, he beat Skipper here off the screen from Roskowitz. Little spin move. Got right around Skipper and drew the foul for the and one.
Well, when you're 6'10", and Engler 6'5", he utilized and just ducked right underneath the big man. First and one here, and that one no good, and Blue Jays continue to struggle from the charity stripe. Boy, Hanen almost turned that over. Here's Richardson between the rings. Picked up by Schellenberger. Here's Skipper. Left of the lane. Picks up a quick double team, but makes it look easy right over the top of Ryan Isaacson, a 6'8" graduate out of Willowbrook. Here's a long three, nothing but net for Schellenberg.
Yeah, he's just absolutely on fire right now. 4 from 5 from the field. He's putting up a bunch of points.
Here's Richardson for 3. Can't match it. Richardson will get it back. He'll try one just a little bit inside. No, he pulls it back. Now Skipper. Schellenberg already in double digits with 11. Here's Hathaway. Skipper tries to drop it down low. Pearson steals that. Here's Isaacson and the Blue Jays, leading 19-15 with 9 minutes left here in the first half. Boy, Isaacson, another big man in the middle. Here's Boone. Tries to go around Hathaway. He stopped. Pearson, long three. Nothing but net again. Tegan Pearson from downtown Elmhurst.
Yeah, Elmhurst started pretty slow. 5 for their last 5 so far. Have found the hot streak here at home.
Here's Skipper. Right of the lane, draws a double team. Over in the corner. Here's Hanen. Good defense that time by Engler. Here's Skipper, drops it down to Richardson, and good. Well, they got the pass they wanted after running that shot clock down to single digits. 22-17. Here's Schellenberg with 11 points already. Long three. Can they hit 3 in a row? They cannot. That time Isaacson off the front of the rim, no good. Here's Hathaway, Skipper. He can shoot from out there, but they'd rather have him inside in case of a missed shot. Here's Hanen. Richardson almost loses that one out of bounds. Skipper left of the lane, one-on-one with Isaacson, draws the double team. Trellenberg now Richardson. 5 seconds on the shot clock, driving around, Crutchman, good.
That's really back-to-back possessions for Olivet where they've run down that shot clock.
Sam Hargraves wanted a timeout, and Trellenberg will lose it. Now he'll get his timeout. And it looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout by head coach Sam Hargraves. And you can see that the Blue Jays not wasting any time whatsoever. They want that ball down there. They find Trellenberg. He's the hot hand from Pearson. That one swatted out. 25 on the shot clock, 7:26 on the game clock. 22-19. And the story so far, Trellenberg is on fire, as you mentioned, with 11 points. Dominic can't miss here tonight.
Yeah, 4 from 5 so far, 1 from 2 from 3. He's been the Blue Jays' really main offense the last couple minutes. He's putting up a bunch of points for this Blue Jays side. And like I mentioned he's a bench player from last year. Thrusted into a starting role after 4 out of 5 Elmhurst starters are gone. So he's going to have to step up, and he stepped up here tonight so far.
Agreed. Well, a nice crowd in here tonight. Blue Jays, I mentioned, Dawson mentioned, dropped a close one, 84-74 to number 15 Wisconsin Lutheran. They've got Mount St. Joseph here. We'll have that doubleheader, men and women's and football. Me and Dawson will be camping out here on campus, almost like college game day.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a very fun Saturday.
It is. Pearson, a contested 3. That one no good. Trellenberg again with the offensive board, and he makes it look easy. He's got 13 already.
He's on fire. Only scored 15 in his last matchup. Already almost equaling that here tonight.
Comets trailing 24-19. Here's Skipper way outside. Richardson, and he's out. 8th turnover by the Comets, and that was because of pressure.
Yeah, Skipper facing a lot of pressure in his face, just trying to get that pass away. Couldn't make it an accurate one. Elmhurst get a break there with the turnover.
LaHood driving baseline, shot up, no good. That one hit by Skipper, but he follows through, gets a second chance basket.
Good putback by LaHood to right in front of Skipper, really. He had a good opportunity, but was able to get a hand up and put that back.
It was almost looking like Skipper. Again, that's another turnover back-to-back. They've got 9. It almost looked like Skipper was like surprised that he was there. I mean, he just kind of stood there like, whoa, there is somebody.
Yeah, he thought that was going to be an easy rebound. LaHood just really stuck a paw up, just put that right back on net.
That second chance basket. Here's Trellenberg. Finds Malachi. Count it. They know Trellenberg's hot. He drew the double team, found the opening. And Skipper was late. And Malachi, Jaden Malachi, 6'7" junior out of Clayton, Indiana, gives the Blue Jays a 28-19 lead. And there's a foul. And Skipper. Let's see, will he go to the line? He will not. Right now, the Blue Jays utilizing their speed, and they are more physical right now against the Comets. Here's Richardson. Uses a screen by Skipper, no good. Malachi with the board. Here's Pearson and the Blue Jays in transition. Pearson gonna kick it in. LaHoot, another basket.
That was a good cut by LaHoot right in front of Pearson. Saw him all the way, laid it off. Perfect pass. Elmhurst on an 8-0 run right now.
11-point lead, 30-19. And he leaves someone loose like that. Telikovic out of Port Sanilac gives the Comets a little bit of life after trailing by 11. It's 30-21. Here's LaHoot, crossover. Malachi, top of the key. Here's Trellenberg with the hot hand. Finds LaHoot. LaHoot quick off the dribble. There it is, another one in the paint. Here's Boone, a long 3, no good. Telikovic with the board for the Comets. Out of Olivet, Michigan, part of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. And Malachi he'll get those fouls right there. He won't back down physically, and him and Skipper are going to battle all night long.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they haven't done this more with Skipper, just backing him down, drawing the foul. It's a good offensive possession for Olivet. Now can they finish it off with points?
Here's Richardson, picked up by E.J. Marshall. Top of the key for three, Kalikovic. In and out, no good. Trellenberg with the board. Fourth rebound for Dominic. Here he is, top of the key. He'll step back, why not? In and out, no good. Boone almost came down with that. Crutchman and the Comets. Trailing 30-21. Roskowitz getting ready to check back in. So is Engler for the Blue Jays. Richardson just beyond the free throw line and kept alive. Nice pursuit that time by Crutchman. They get a fresh 20.
Crutchman already with 11 rebounds in this game. He's been all over the board so far.
Richardson trying to find Skipper. And Boone this time a little bit, I'd say 1 or 2 steps ahead.
Good move. Tried for the step back and then tried to find Skipper. And good play by Elmhurst and Boone to keep that one in play off Skipper. And he chirping the student section down there a little bit as well.
Yeah, he thought he was grabbed, and when you take a look at that, video right there, he was kind of preventing him from falling into the stands. Here's Trellenberg. He's got 13 points. Roskowitz finds Engler from the far elbow. Trellenberg drops it down. Roskowitz. He's going to get triple team. Count it. Robert Roskowitz. And one coming up, and he has struggled from the free throw line. Let's see if he can change with a twist of fate right here.
Yeah, he lost it a little bit, then went up strong, able to drive through the contact of Hardy coming over with that help defense.
3 Comets on him, and he made that count. Like I said, he went to the gym. He is, you can tell he hit the weights in the offseason. Oh, and he struggles. Continued. What a nice offensive board that time by Ajahangabek. Vinny Ajahangbeta, number 10. You got to keep an eye on him. He is strong for the Blue Jays. And Boone with the board. Trellenberg, Boone, right down the lane, and an offensive foul. And it looks like, who was that, number 12, Porter Crutchman, may have taken a shoulder right to the face.
Yeah, high elbow from Boone there. Just trying to drive past, not intentional, but did catch him.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's a little worse for wear. He's going to get a breather, and they're going to check out and make sure he's got all the chiclets.
Yeah, that's a pretty big loss for this Comets side as he goes on the bench. 12 rebounds already for Crutchman in this match.
He's saying that maybe have caught that elbow right on the nose, too. Here's Skipper. Picked up by Boone. Boone looks like a football player. He's got that big mouthpiece in, knowing he's going to go to war against Skipper. Skipper double team. Kick down low and a nice pass as he found Lee Hardy crashing from the far side.
That was a good cut from Hardy, and even better pass from Skipper to find him on that backside.
Well, that ended a 2-minute and 14-second scoring drought for the Comets. 32-23 with 2:34 left here in the first half. Ajahangbeta goes in and count it. Vinny Ajahangbeta.
Strong finish from him. Only a freshman playing some quality minutes off the bench for this Elmhurst side.
He is going to be big here for the Blue Jays for many years to come. There's Hardy. Near corner this time, Hathaway. Good pursuit and defense. Hathaway, I tell you, the Comets with 8 seconds. Richardson, Skipper, long 3. Missed everything. They do not look comfortable right now at all, Dawson.
No, they really don't. They're fighting hard on that offensive side. Elmhurst defense making them work for even a slight at the basket right now.
And every time they try to push it into the paint, they're going to have to retreat and come back outside the arc. Here's Hardy. Picked up by Boone. Aiden Boone. Lee Hardy. Hardy goes around Boone and good. Like you said, they have to work for it. I mean, they're putting twice as much effort in right now. Ajahong Betta. Count it.
Nice little reverse from Vinny there to get around Hardy right in the paint.
Hardy going to try a three. Not happening. Here's Richardson. Skipper, top of the key. Picked up by Engler. Now Richardson. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Drops it back down to Skipper. Ajahong Betta with the board, and here come the Blue Jays. 52 seconds left in the first half and 22 on the shot clock. And timeout on the court. Right now, head coach John Baines, whoever he puts in is active, and they contribute almost immediately.
Yeah, everyone is hustling, especially on this defensive end. We're really right in front of us down here. Everyone is hustling, making it really tough on this Olivet offense. Only shooting 38.7 from the field right now, but they don't have any open looks so far tonight.
Yeah, and everything's being contested. A lot of one and dones, but a lot of times they're down into single digits on the shot clock, having to move that ball around. And like I said, they are having to put twice as much effort into every possession than the Blue Jays right now.
They really have, and they've contained Skipper pretty well so far. He is shooting 50% from the field, but has struggled of late. Only 8 points. No one else is helping him out on that Olivet offensive side. They're just really trying to run through Skipper, and he's been contained for the most part.
Absolutely correct. 36-25, 50.1 seconds left. Pearson inbounding right in front. Head coach Sam Hargraves in the Comets bench. Ajahong Betta, who has been instant offense and boards. Here's Marshall. Kicks it out, Boone. Long three, no good. Skipper with the board. About a 5-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Skipper way out on top between the rings. Picked up by Boone. That is a great matchup. Here's Richardson. From the wing and a drive in the paint. He's going to be left alone. Shot up, no good. Boone with the board, shot clock off. Blue Jays will get the final shot. Here's Marshall. The fans kind of helping them out a little bit here, Dawson. Here's Marshall. Nice spin move. Going to drive to the basket. Locked out of there by Skipper. And that will end the first half. And how about that? An 11-point lead for the Blue Jays, 36-25. It's been Dominic Trellenberg here in the first half for the Blue Jays. A lot of offense, great defense, and they got an 11-point lead.
Yeah, Trellenberg, 13 points in that first half for Elmhurst. He's been the star player so far. Also contributed 4 boards for this Elmhurst side, who've really controlled the game so far with good defense and then quick pace on the offense.
Well, it's 36-25 here at halftime. About 14 minutes and 30 seconds or so on the clock. Blue Jays with a good lead. 43% so far from the field, 38 for Olivet University. Three-pointers, it couldn't be any more even. 14%, 2 of 14 for the Blue Jays and 1 of 7 for the Comets. We're going to go ahead and send it away. It's halftime. When we come back, we'll get you set up for the second half. Blue Jays up by 11 here on suncom.tv and Elmhurst University's Athletics YouTube page.
My name is Danielle Corliss, and I am in Elmhurst University's online MENP program. I believe that nursing is a calling. If you have an interest in healthcare, this is a very diverse field to go into, and you have a lot of options on what areas you want to work. I'm really excited to be a clinical nurse leader because there is a strong possibility to improve patient outcomes and improving the conditions that nurses and other medical professionals work in. I really hope to impact the lower income or underserved communities. Coming from Kentucky, where I was an EMT, and then even in my clinicals here in the Chicagoland area, there are a lot of underserved communities and they don't have access to the proper health resources. And I feel like focusing on those lower income, underserved communities can really help the healthcare system in general, but can also improve the overall health in these populations. My favorite part of this program has definitely been the clinicals. So my big aha moment during this program was during my critical care rotation. I was at a Trauma 1 center in Chicagoland area, which was a very great experience. And working in the ICU and in the ED, that's when I really knew this is what I wanted to do. Listening to my classmates and my friends talk about their experiences in clinical has been a really exciting experience, just to hear that they're doing well and that they're having the experience that we all hoped for, and that we're able to put the knowledge that we've learned in class into the actual setting and into the real world with real patients. It's very exciting because we're almost at the finish line. It's a very proud moment for us.
After my undergrad here, I was working kind of locally with a couple former alumni in kind of a business setting, and so I was kind of interested by that. And then to get this degree was a huge opportunity for me and something that I just couldn't pass up. From the first class, couple classes, you know, the instructors brought a lot of their personal experiences in. So it was a lot less of like, hey, let's just read the book, let's go over the text. It was more like what they brought to the table, what they've learned in their careers. And for me, that was huge because being in the small size class, you know, having an instructor that's going to be more engaging, it just made for a better overall experience. I was always looking for something that was going to be data driven. I was really interested in some of the storytelling that we did with the marketing class. So in my career currently, I'm an insights manager at a market research firm. Having the opportunity to specialize in something made it easier for me to narrow in on an industry. When I transitioned from the MBA program into my role now, I felt like I could take on things right away and hit the ground running. It's not only getting the degree and, you know, using it to elevate your career, but I learned a lot about myself as far as being challenged and stretched to be able to balance, you know, coaching and classwork and a job and, you know, relationships, you know, friends and family and things outside of that. That was so unique to me, and to anyone that's considering this, I mean, absolutely do it. Yes, it's going to be hard. Anything worth having is going to be hard, but you learn a lot about yourself by doing it.
When I graduated in 2020 with my undergrad, I knew I wanted to continue my education. It was a natural choice to come back to Elmhurst. I had grown to know and love the faculty, the students, the environment, the curriculum, you know, the flexibility behind the MBA program. Since I didn't really have a specialization, I took that time to take entrepreneurial classes, marketing classes, to see which path I really wanted to take. And in doing so, that allowed me to kind of figure out what I wanted to do afterwards. An exciting thing that the MBA has enabled me to do, I have two different perspectives, one of my own obviously, but also from my profession. I do talent acquisition, so I'm able to review resumes and applications of people who have and do not have master's degrees or MBAs, so I know the real life implications of having an MBA. For myself, it just allowed me the opportunity to take that extra step in my education and help to understand which direction I wanted to go. If you're looking for an opportunity to connect with others, to build networks, this is a great opportunity to do that. There's a small class size. They focus on team building and projects revolved around that. So Elmhurst gives you that opportunity to, you know, not only see what you're good at, maybe learn from others and see how they work and how they work with others and how you could maybe expand upon that. If it wasn't for Elmhurst, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
My name is Ricky Franks. I'm a part of the Accelerated Master's Entry Nursing Program here at Elmhurst University. What drove me to choose Elmhurst is the flexibility of the program. With this accelerated program, you're allowed to start right after your bachelor's degree in any other field that you've been in. So after this, we'll have our MSNs, and then after that, if you want to pursue your career more and become a doctorate or a nurse practitioner, then you can just get your certificate. The best part that stands out to me of this program is just the relationships that I built over the time that I've been here and the opportunities and experiences I've had through clinicals. We've had all of the clinicals, so we have pediatrics, OB. It really just opens up the opportunity to experience. During those clinicals, you're able to really practice the skills that you're learning and just really facilitate that compassion to your patients. It really just made me decide that I really wanted to go into mental health. It really solidified that decision. Now I have been accepted to a post-certificate program for mental health, and I want to be a nurse practitioner after that, which is just underneath a year. I really want to advocate for patients, people who don't really have voices in those vulnerable populations. I really just want to make sure that they're heard and that they're cared for in the way that they should be.
Transformative education happens not just in classrooms, laboratories, and libraries.
Throughout the university's history, our gymnasiums and playing fields have been the sites of wins and losses, but also of lifelong friendships formed and lifetime lessons learned.
If I could send a message to the donors, I'd thank them for everything, because I do everything that I do on this court because of them. I'm able to use these facilities to the best of my ability, and I'm able to do well in sports and academics because of them.
The cohort model is actually really wonderful because you get to meet lots of different people from all different backgrounds, all different ages.
Everybody's unique in their own way, where we express our ideas and we learn different things from each other.
I didn't really kind of realize how helpful it was going to be, how much I would rely in my classmates.
We all are able to reach out to each other to help each other. Nobody's like left in the dark. We all learn together that way, and so it helps us all succeed together and makes us happier about each other's successes as we move on.
It actually has become a support system for me.
I had a few wonderful classes that gave me some real world experience.
One of my classes entailed going through a simulation. It makes you collaborate with other people in your cohort. And it just makes it more engaging.
I got a chance to have an internship. They liked me so much that they offered me a contract.
I was able to get an internship. It did help me find that might not be the right path for me, but at least with a business administration degree from Elmhurst, it matches a lot of roles more than just one thing, so it's very versatile.
Being a military-friendly school was a big part of why I selected Elmhurst.
Military benefits actually helped me completely with my education, as I wouldn't have gone back to school if it hadn't been for the military benefits.
By being able to use the GI Bill at Elmhurst, I was able to really just focus on my education and doing well in the program versus having to worry about the financial aspects of paying for school.
It was seamless and easy to process. They also are part of the Yellow Ribbon program, which helped make up the difference for the cost that the GI Bill did not.
26-25 is your score at halftime. I'm Bill Donning. He's Dawson Wells. That's Greg Rosel at the helm of Suncom.tv and Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. Really good first half, solid first half for the Blue Jays. And they made the Comets work, and that halftime couldn't have come for a better time for the University of Olivet because they were tired. You could see it, and the Blue Jays were wearing them down.
Yeah, they really did. Elmhurst has led for the entire portion of this game. Only been tied twice so far, but Elmhurst haven't let go of that lead and up to an 11-point lead for the Blue Jays.
Well, Dominic Trellenberg, the big story point there in the first half, the junior from Westchester. He came in and asserted himself quickly. 13 points leading the entire way. Skipper only with 8 points. Nobody from the Comets in double digits right now.
Yeah, you mentioned Trellenberg. Really couldn't miss for a long majority of time, right around in that middle of the first half. 5 for 7 to finish it up. Was on fire. And you mentioned Skipper as well. 8 points. No one else on that Olivet offense has been able to help him out. So we'll see if that changes just a little bit here in this second half.
Well, head coach John Baines has to be tickled pink with that first half right there. They challenged the number 15th ranked team in the country, Wisconsin Lutheran. But we talked about a lot of mistakes that they had against Wisconsin Lutheran, the Warriors. Here, they have fixed the broken spoke for sure because they are doing everything, and everybody that's coming in right now is contributing immediately.
Yeah, you mentioned the last game against Wisconsin Lutheran. 24 turnovers for the Blue Jays in this game. In the first half, only 5 of them tonight. They've really fixed that side of their game, and that's why they got a big 11-point lead so far heading into the second.
So your head coach, Sam Hargraves, what did you tell your team at halftime, trailing 11 to the home Blue Jays?
I expect them to get Skipper the ball just a little bit more. He's had a lot of success, especially down in that paint. We've seen it, a lot of pressure, posting up and having a lot of success. Your other players haven't helped him out on offense. We'll see if he tries to get them involved a little bit more as well.
Well, they shot 1 of 7 from three-point land, 2 of 14 for the Blue Jays. So not really shooting well beyond the arc for either team. And believe it or not, the University of Olivet has not gone to the free throw line yet tonight, and the Blue Jays 2 of 6.
I mean, credit the Blue Jays defense really on that front. It was a problem. 28 personal fouls in the last game against Wisconsin Lutheran. They haven't sent anyone to the line tonight, so good credit for that Elmhurst defense so far.
Well, we're getting ready to start the second half here. Blue Jays will be back in action. Me and Dawson are right back here on Saturday. We'll have football at 1, men's basketball at 5, and women's basketball 7:15. We'll be out here about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, fun triple header. Last game of the season for Elmhurst football against Milliken. Should be a fun afternoon and evening.
Yeah, Milliken really struggling on the gridiron. The Blue Jays looking for their 3rd win of the season. And then we'll turn it inside where it should be a little bit cooler. Weather looks like it's going to be great. 55 degrees on Saturday. Then we'll come inside here and things will heat up here on the court, and we're getting ready to start the second half. Olivet will be going left to right, Blue Jays right to left. Evan Hanen will inbound for the Comets. The University of Olivet, out of Olivet, Michigan. Part of the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Richardson drives to the basket, and he'll go to the line right away with only 11 seconds gone in the second half. What a good move there by Richardson.
Yeah, and Olivet going to the line for the first time tonight. You mentioned great move around the outside to get into the lane and right to the basket with little contention.
Nathan Richardson off the dribble. Strong play, and one is good. That is their first free throw of the night, and they are batting 1,000 from the free throw line. And that one turned over, and the Blue Jays a little discombobulated to start the seconds. And this is where you can't be complacent for the Blue Jays. You got to go right to what got you to this point. Here's Richardson and Skipper. They're big guns right here, and Skipper left alone, top of the key, no good. Malachi fighting for it, and he'll get it. Quick outlet. Here's Trellenberg. Tried to bounce past that one into Boone. And that's going to be Olivet ball.
Yeah, he had Boone running down the lane. Looked like he had a good opportunity there to get it to him.
I think he threw it behind him a little bit. Yeah. Got to put a little English on it. There's a call away from the ball. And right off the bat, the Blue Jays on their heels to start the second half.
And the Comets come out swinging so far, trying to tighten down that 11-point halftime lead that Elmhurst had.
Here's Hathaway. He's going to try a long three, and that's good. And don't look now, but here come the Comets. Cut it down to a 5-point lead. It was 11. 6-0 run. Here's Pearson. The Blue Jays looking for some offense. Pearson tried to scoop that one inside to Malachi. Skipper ready. Here's Richardson. Nice bounce pass. He finds Hathaway, and good. And timeout just like that. Head coach John Baines says he's seen enough, and there has not been anything right now in the second half for the Blue Jays. It's been all Comets.
Yeah, great start from them. An 8-point run right out of halftime. That's exactly how you want to come out of the half if you're Sam Hargraves for Olivet. Perfect start to the half for them.
Well, I asked you, what did the Comets have to do to fix this? Well, whatever it was, it worked. Now what do you do if you're the Blue Jays, seeing that 11-point lead down to 3?
It's really the offensive side. They turned over the ball a couple times when they've gotten down there. I don't think they've put up a shot up so far in this half. Settle down a little bit on offense. You've controlled the first half. Just do this exact same thing you were doing in that first half right back here after this timeout.
Well, we won't have Greg Rosal on Saturday. He'll be over at Wheaton. But whoever Suncom.tv sends us, they always do a great job. They'll be with us, I think, the entire time. It's going to be a long day here. A great evening to start. Right now, the Blue Jays sweating a little bit. The start of the second. All Comets right now. 11-point lead down to 3, 36-33. And the University of Olivet right now on a streak. And they've been doing something that the Blue Jays did to them in the first half. They used transition basketball, and their passing has been really crisp to start the second half.
Yeah, it really has. We saw that pass from Richardson to Hathaway right before that timeout. Great through pass on that cut. Really helped Hathaway get a wide open layup, and he finished it.
Well, Dawson, I think this is a must score here for the Blue Jays to get some momentum back. Boone, he's going to drive in. Trellenberg, drop back, step back three, good. Well, he picks up right where he left off. He's got 16.
Yeah, that's the perfect guy to find down here in the corner. Good pump fake and side step to get wide open, and he buried it.
Yeah, you can't leave him alone. Here's Skipper, one-on-one with Boone. He'll pick up the double team. Long three, this one in and out, no good. Skipper with the board, and he missed the second opportunity. Back up, Crutchman, shot up, no good. And Malachi comes down with it, he'll be fouled. Whew, a lot of action right there. A lot of offensive boards, a lot of fighting, a lot of hand fighting right there. And the Blue Jays will come down with him, Malachi being fouled.
And Skipper, he, had a wide open layup really after that first rebound, missed it off the backboard. It gives Elmhurst a great opportunity here to extend their lead.
Second or third time that Skipper looked very surprised when he had that open shot, and he missed it, as you mentioned. Blahout, here's Malachi down the lane, count it.
And they have attacked Skipper multiple times in the first half, down in the paint, using their quick feet to get around him.
6 points from Malachi, lead up 41-33. Hanen this time, picked up by Trellenberg. That's a great matchup. Hanen double team baseline, kicks it back out. Drops it down into the paint to Skipper. Turnaround shot is good. You're not going to be able to hold him down all night. He is going to get his points, and he is starting to heat up.
Yeah, up to double digits now. 5 for 11 from the field for Skipper.
Trellenberg finds Blahout, crashing baseline. Some way, somehow, amongst three Comets and Skipper, he was able to get that one up. That was a great shot.
Yeah, that was impressive. He did that in the first half, did it again there. In between the towers down in the paint, able to get up the shot and bury it.
On and nowhere to go. Finds Skipper way outside the paint. Oh, that should be an offensive. Oh, no. That looked like a push-off big time. And we'll take a quick look at that. Looked like Trellenberg grew roots right there. Didn't look like he was moving at all.
Ooh, that's close. Might have picked up that left foot right before, but man, he looked like he was in the right spot.
Yeah, that arm, that clear out, that's a big guy. You can't miss an arm like that. He's got a wingspan of about 8 feet. Here's Richardson, give and go with Skipper. That one's short. Richardson tries to get it, can't. Here's Marshall and the Blue Jays in transition. E.J. Marshall, sophomore out of Downers Grove. Proviso East. A lot of NBA stars came from Proviso East High School and Proviso West, the Provisos. Very strong. Trellenberg from downtown again. He's got 19 already.
Yeah, he is having a night. The bench player from last year, already his second game starting in his career, and he's burying everything.
Wide open three by Kretschmann, no good. Trellenberg again. Here's Boone. Oh, he wanted to post up for a three. Pearson gives it to Marshall. Trellenberg, he's hot, looking for more than 20, and he got it. 21 and timeout Olivet. You talk about someone on fire. 21 points, 8 of 10 from the field. This guy, if you're any closer to the sun, you're going to get burned. He is on fire.
Yeah, he really is. 3.7 points per game last season. 12 and a half minutes for this Elmhurst side. Second career game starting, 21 points. He is just absolutely on fire.
And then the Blue Jays, you look, their field goal percentage at 50%, 21 of 42. They're starting to heat up from beyond the arc, also at 25%, 4 of 16. And at halftime, they were shooting 37.5%. They're at 50 right now.
Yeah, and it's really because of Trellenberg. He's 8 for 10 from the field. Helped Elmhurst. They came out a little bit slow at a halftime. 12-2 run over the last 2.5 minutes to take back control of this game.
Trellenberg and Skipper combined right now have 31 points between the two big men. Trellenberg and the Blue Jays, 48-35. 13-point lead. Marshall almost grabs that one. Here's Skipper, picked up by Malachi, picks up the double team. That ball came loose and then stolen. Boom. Here come the Blue Jays. And they'll slow this one down a little bit. Here's Marshall. Marshall beyond the arc, between the rings. And he's going to slow it down. 21 on the shot clock. 15-24 left in the second. Here's Malachi. Pearson, he wanted to post up. He's going to drive in the lane. Finds Malachi. Drew Skipper. Malachi wide open.
Good offensive possession for Elmhurst to find Malachi right in that paint. He's able to beat Skipper.
6 points already. A long three that time by Hathaway. No good. Skipper, he's going to try a long three too. That one off the back of the iron. No good. Marshall. This is where the Blue Jays can create some distance. Trellenberg. Oh, no good. Malachi with the board. Count it.
Elmhurst just cannot miss right now. Great putback by Malachi on the second chance bucket there. Elmhurst 14-2 run here.
Here's Skipper one-on-one with Malachi. Tries to back him down. That one almost stolen by Boone. Here's Richardson. Tries to drive on Pearson. Richardson, good. That was a good move there by Nathan Richardson.
Yeah, and if Olivet want to come back in this game, they need to find Nathan Richardson. He's put up a pretty good game so far. 7 points for him tonight.
Marshall long three, and I think that was an ill-advised shot way too early. And this one will be thrown away, and who are they going to give it to? Oh, they're going to say it went off a Blue Jay.
Looked like a kick ball from Boone there as well. Stuck his foot out to intercept that pass.
University of Olivet right now struggling from the field. At first, the first couple minutes, it was all Comets. And then that timeout, and whatever head coach John Baines and his crew said to him, they woke up and they have been on an absolute tear as they lead 52-37, largest lead of the night. There's a long three from the corner. That one no good. Raja Hongbeta with the board. every time he comes in, you better demand some respect because he is crashing those boards. Here's Pearson. Pearson, step back, off front rim, no good. Roskowitz fighting for it, and we're going to have a jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Blue Jays.
Roskowitz, new face for this Elmhurst side, transfer from Aurora last season, going up, causing that jump ball to keep it with this Elmhurst team.
Yeah, Roskowitz, Ajahong Beta in there also, creating havoc. Marshall gets it in, Roskowitz. Here's Marshall in there, swatted away by Hardy. Here comes Richardson and the Comets. Richardson with 9 points, make it 11.
Yeah, especially with Skipper on the bench right now. They got to find offense through Richardson if you're Olivet.
You're right. They got to make this close. When he comes in, it's got to be a closer game. Here's Engler. Marshall. Ajahong Beta, and he's going to step out of bounds.
And here comes Skipper right back.
Big man getting some oxygen. He needed it because it's been a long night for the big man. 6'10", 260. That is a load going down, back and forth on this court.
Elmhurst have pretty much contained him a lot, especially in that first half. Only 8 points. We'll see if he's a little bit more efficient coming back onto the floor here.
Richardson with 11, Skipper with 10. Hardy moves in. That shot no good. Gets his own board, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, going up against the freshman of Ajahong Beta there. Just muscled him. Was able to get the second attempt and drew the foul.
Total rebounds, the Blue Jays 29-28. Defensively, 18-17 Blue Jays. Offensively, 12-11 Olivet. So pretty close on the boards. These teams really doing a good job on boxing out and getting the boards when they need it. Hardy misses his first. Now the Comets 1 of 2 from the free throw line. This is only their third free throw of the night. 6 for the Blue Jays. That one too strong, saw it right off the hand. Engler with the board, under 13 minutes left. Marshall, Pearson. Pearson's been kind of quiet tonight. Kind of taking a night off.
Yeah, 3 for 8 shooting, and he hasn't had to do much, especially with Trellenberg putting up 21 points.
Just as we say that, he posts up a 3 and Skipper with the board. That was a good look there by Pearson. Right, I mean, you don't need to play the offense, you know, when you got Trellenberg doing what he's doing. Quick move that time by Kolakovic. Ajahong Beta with the board.
That great board from him to get around Skipper.
Pearson, I think he heard us. He wants more points. Here's Engler. Pearson between the rings. They'll set it up with 13 on the shot clock. Under 12 left. Here's Marshall from the elbow on the far side and good.
That was 0 for 6 the last couple of attempts for E.J. Marshall. Finally getting his first basket to fall there.
Sophomore out of Downers Grove. Yeah, he needed that right there just to break the ice. Kolakovic drops it down, looking for Skipper. That was a great idea, but again, we keep saying his name. Vinny Ajahong Beta has been nothing but money here tonight.
Yeah, he really has. Only a freshman going against the 6'10" Connor Skipper, and he's put in a pretty good defensive effort against him so far tonight.
Out of Moline, Illinois. If you go any farther past Moline, you're going to get wet. The Mississippi River is right there. Richardson with a long 3. I almost made that mistake one time. That's a long story. Ajahong Beta going to drive baseline. How about that? Reverse Jordan S. type move. And that's his 6 point.
Perfect from the field as well, Ajahong Beta.
Yeah, we were on our way to Iowa one time, ran out of gas. Literally, I put stuff up on the dashboard and I did not see the And my car's gas light was out, and, well, we ran out of gas right in the middle of the bridge. Had to have a state trooper take us back into Moline to get some gas. Yeah, that was interesting evening. That's all I can say. Here's Richardson. 13 seconds. The Moline, a beautiful, beautiful area. Home of the Quad City Steamrollers of the Arena Football League. There's a tough shot up. No good that time by Braden Wine. So they got some big men in now for the Comets. Skipper and Wine. Here's Marshall. He wanted to drive on Skipper.
Got a mismatch.
And might as well. Nice move. Oh, no good. I thought for sure that was going in by Marshall. You called it a huge mismatch. He took advantage of it. Skipper down low. Can't hold on to it. Here's Trellenberg. He's got Marshall to his right. Trellenberg going to go the whole way, and he'll be fouled.
Good drive by Trellenberg. Able to get this mishandled pass by Skipper. Drove it coast to coast, up the floor, right to the hoop.
You know, Dawson, if that pass wasn't lobbed in there, I think it was a more direct pass, he would have had it. He had to struggle. Actually, believe it or not, 6'10", he had to jump from his feet to get to that pass. And he got one hand on it, but that was not enough. Trellenberg to the line, and he makes it.
Yeah, I mean, Skipper's got such a big frame. You said it's 6'10". It's kind of confusing how you miss a pass to him that big, but just a little too far and out of reach for him.
22 points. He's perfect from the line, 3 of 3. Blue Jays as a team shooting 47%. He makes 1 of 2.
Trellenberg's previous career high, 11 points last season. Already doubled that here tonight in his second career start.
Well, halfway through the second, 57-39. Olivet trailing. Oh, nice pass in there by Skipper. Finds Wine. Hanen will try a 15-footer baseline, no good. Pearson with the board. Here come the Blue Jays in transition. Pearson, he's going to scoop that one in, no good. And here come the Comets now on the fast break. Richardson, not too many friendlies down there, and he had to hold that one up. Like Roskowitz has held Skipper tight. How about that one right there? Good idea, good anticipation by Blahout. Into the paint, kicks it back out. Roskowitz. Head coach John Baines used up some of that clock. 19. Trellenberg says, what are you talking about? I need some more points. He's got 24.
Trellenberg going off tonight. Had a little bit of a mismatch there against the 4 inches smaller Richardson. Was able to elevate over him to get that shot away.
Richardson and the Comets trail 59-39. Biggest lead of the night, it's 20. If this score stands, we'll be talking to head coach John Baines at the completion of the game. Richardson for 3, no good. Blahout with the board. Now it's about utilizing, well, I thought for sure they're going to use some clock. Trellenberg says, no, I want more points. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Wine with the board. Here's Kretschmann, one-on-one with Engler. Kretschmann underneath, nice spin move, couldn't get it to fall. Roskowitz with the board, and here's Engler and the Blue Jays. Up by 20. And timeout. And it looks like it's going to be, is it a full or a 30? Either way, we're going to keep it right here. 20-point lead, 59-39. The Comets got within 3, Dawson, and then all of a sudden, that floodgate opened wide. And the waters just kept flowing, and the Blue Jays have been on fire. 7-0 run over the last 3:37. And Olivet, no field goals in their last 7.
Yeah, and they haven't scored a single point in the last 5 minutes. Like you said, they came out of halftime hot, trimmed an 11-point lead for Elmhurst down to 3. But ever since then, Elmhurst taken right back control of this game, extending that lead up to 20 points. Just under 10 minutes here in the second half. And Dominic Trellenberg's having just a great game tonight.
Yeah, a whale of a game. I don't know, it's stupendous. What's the other words outrageously awesome. I mean,
magnificent.
Magnificent, yes. Electric. Right now, Olivet's struggling. Their scoring drought over the last 5-13. They've only made one of their last 9. And when you wanted to get off to a quick start, which they did coming out of the gate in the second half, but then head coach John Baines realized it, stopped the momentum, and that swing right there was huge. That timeout changed everything in the outlook of this game, and now it's up to a 20-point lead.
Yeah, they started going through Nathan Richardson for Olivet a lot early in this second half. Came out really hot, did the sophomore. As recently, hasn't really been as effective. And that's kind of been Olivet's struggling point so far.
Sebastian Blahout. Angler, here's Malachi. He's quickly double-teamed, kicks it out to Pearson. Angler, long three, that one no good. Schrellenberg. Shocking that we would call his name. That one thrown away. Here's Sam Howard, and he's going to be fouled. Now, Trellenberg, he knew that if he would have gone up strong, that he was going to commit a foul, so he just put a hand over, knocked that ball out. But the Comets end up coming up with it. Here's Richardson. They're trying to find Hardy down low, and they can't. They cannot get the ball into the interior. Malachi, there he is, but Hardy way outside. Nowhere to go with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Howard. Picked up by Engler. 6 seconds. Drops it down, Hardy baseline. One-on-one with Malachi. He's got to get this shot off. He does. No good. Strong board that time by Kretschmann. Shot up, no good. Malachi with the board. Here's Blahout and the Blue Jays. He's double-teamed in the far corner right in front of the Blue Jays bench. Oh, Pearson, why not? Off the front of the rim, no good. A good look that time, just couldn't get it to fall. Now Richardson in the Comets. Trailing by 20 as we approach 7 minutes left. Howard slings it over in the far corner. Hahn in for three. That's no good. What was falling for the Comets in the first half, not falling for him here in the second.
Yeah, they haven't scored a single point in just under 7 minutes. They've gone 0-4. It's given Elmhurst a big lead here late in the second half.
Nice move, Blahout. Here's Malachi. He went up strong, but Hardy fouled him.
It looked like he was trying to slam that one home over Hardy. He was able to draw the foul. We'll see it here. Good pass from Blahout to find him.
Yeah, I think he wanted to dunk that one with a purpose. Well, Dawson, I tell you, they are really pushing the basketball up to the 10 seconds left on that shot clock. Then they start making their pursuit toward that basket. And I tell you, that's why Malachi, they're drawing that double team. The Comets are still committing 2 players to that inbound pass just left of the lane or right of the lane, leaving someone open. And Malachi that time coming from the far side. And like you said, he was ready to dunk that one, but that met up with Hardy. Malachi missing his first and makes the second.
Yeah, and that's led to a lot of open three-pointers for Elmhurst as well. They haven't been as efficient from behind the arch, only 4 for 22 tonight. Left a lot of points on the table, but it doesn't really matter when you're up this big.
Skipper on Boone, bounces that one in, that one off of the knee of Richardson. Richardson double-teamed in the corner. Richardson finds Skipper, shot up and good.
And good from Richardson to beat that double team and find Skipper in the paint for an easy layup.
Yeah, Skipper knew once Richardson was able to shed that defender that he was going to get that pass, just how he was going to put that one in. Here's Pearson, 17 on the shot clock, under 6 minutes left. Boone, Malachi, right-handed shot up, no good. Skipper with another board.
Elmhurst trying to fight it down in the paint. They had Blahout open here in the corner, just Malachi wanted to get that layup, just couldn't find it.
Skipper 2 boards shy of a double-double for the Comets. Here's Hardy, pinned baseline, Malachi and Boone. Nowhere to go, still nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Boone, or excuse me, Skipper, and he makes it from the near elbow.
Great move from Skipper to fake that pass and find the open lane right around the elbow, and he buried it.
Well, Kretschmann, as you mentioned earlier, he's got 16 boards but only 4 points. Trying to go for the reverse double-double that time, getting the rebounds before the points. Here's Pearson asking for a screen. He says, I'll take that shot. That one off, no good. Boone got a hand on it, but Skipper with the board, and here's Richardson. A dynamic duo for Olivet.
4 for 23 from Elmhurst now from 3.
Good anticipation. Pearson into the stands. That will get it back. Nolan Finkbeiner, senior from Freeland, Hemlock High School, into the contest. His first action. His head coach, Sam Hargraves, going to start putting some players in that getting some game time experience. Richardson top the key for 3, no good. And just like that, Finkbeiner will go to the line.
Good cut from him. See it here. Able to beat Pearson to get to that board first and draw the foul. Senior.
He's the smallest guy on the court at 5'9" right there. And right there, he looked like he was about 7 feet tall. He'll go to the line. 4th free throw tonight by the Comets, and that one's missed.
Finkbeiner pretty efficient so far this season, shooting 60% from the field. 4.5 points for Olivet so far per game this year.
4:42 left in this contest. 60-43. It's been all Blue Jays here tonight. Some runs early in the second by the Comets, and then the Blue Jays. I put the pedal to the metal here in the second. Malachi top of the key. He'll move it in, free throw line, elbow. Here's Trellenberg. Boone, step back 3, in and out, no good. Finkbeiner with the board for the Comets. Crutchman follows through, gets another board. He's going to have 17 rebounds. Here's Blahout in the paint. Trellenberg is going to try a 12-footer, baseline, good.
And that's been his spot really all night. That little spot right there.
Money, 26. Finkbeiner for 3, no good. Boone with the board. Under 4 left here in this contest. Blue Jays looking even up their record at 1-1. Shot up no good by Blahout. Be right back here on Saturday. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Game 2 of our tripleheader from football. If that makes any sense. We'll have football at 1, basketball at 5, followed by women's basketball 7:15.
Foul there by Malachi on Skipper.
Malachi, he gets his fouls, but he makes you pay for him. He's a physical dude that won't give you any easy baskets.
He's been battling Skipper really all night long. Him and Boone have traded off as well as Hongbeta.
Skipper officially a double-double, 14 and 10. Misses the 1-and-1. Here's Pearson to Blahout. Boy, what a stat sheet for Skipper. Trellenberg just lights out. Blahout had Skipper on him, now Pearson. 10 on the shot clock, 3:18 on the game clock. Roskowitz, and they're going to call travel.
Roskowitz just couldn't get that pivot foot to stick or dribble in time. Just a mental error from him.
Hathaway using Skipper as a pick. That one misses everything. Finkbeiner gets it into Skipper. Good anticipation by Pearson. We're going to have a jump ball, and it's going to be Comets ball.
Great defense here from Pearson. Watch this, the behind the back, blindsided dive to knock that pass away.
That's something you can't practice.
No.
You know the only angle they had was to throw it that way, and he just put that hand out there. It's kind of like those pitchers in baseball that they get a shot right back up the middle, and look what I found.
Yeah, I mean, he has the experience, too. It really comes from that graduate student, played on that national championship runner-up team from a couple of years ago.
Boy, what a run that was.
Oh, yeah.
Skipper with another basket. He's got 16. Trellenberg has 10 points on him for the overall lead. Here's Blahout. He's going to drive in the paint. Now he's going to kick it out. Pearson. Do you give it to Trellenberg? Is he looking for 30? I don't think so. I think at this point, you just got to use the clock and get a good shot. Here's Blahout, crossover on Richardson. Pearson drives on Hanen, shot up, no good, but he'll go to the line with only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Good utilization there by the Blue Jays.
That's a good pump fake here from Pearson. Driving to the hoop, stop, jump stop, pump fake, gets the defender in the air, and then right into him to draw the foul. Great experience there from Pearson. We were seeing it the last couple of possessions.
And makes it. Marshall checking in. Jahong Betta coming in. Malachi will have a break. I believe Pearson is going to be going out. And there it is. Pearson with 9 points on the night. He was quiet but efficient. He knew who the hot hand was tonight, and that was Dominic Trellenberg.
Yeah, they've really fed Trellenberg all night long. And with 26 points tonight.
Boone, good anticipation on the steal. And the Blue Jays, again, will slow it down as we approach 2 minutes left in this contest. Hull Elmhurst, 64-48. Marshall now right at midcourt. Screen set by Boone. 5 seconds. Here's Boone. Oh, he's going to cruise into the paint. Shot up and good for the big man. Boone, that's his first points of the night.
Yeah, great pump fake to get Skipper in the air and then drive right past him. No tall towers in the paint after Skipper leaves.
Richardson with a nice floater, but Trellenberg with another board. And believe it or not, that's only his 7th board of the night with 26 points. 1:18 left. Here's Blahout from the near elbow. Shot up, no good. Skipper. Hanen, that time stripped by Marshall. Quick hands.
Good defense from him to recover and get down the floor and then strip that out.
Well, head coach Sam Hargraves going to do a 5-for-5 swap here. Under a minute left. Again, we'll be talking to head coach John Baines after a short break as we conclude this game. Here's Boone with a long three. He's been wanting one of them all night. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Here's Kretschmann. Nice stutter step. That one on the court, no good, but he'll follow through. 66-50. 16-point lead. And a 5-second difference, shot clock to game clock. I think at this point, Elmhurst, they'll just wear this one out. And they'll take the shot clock violation here. As the Blue Jays, Dawson will move to 1-1. And the fans give them a round of applause on a well-played game here tonight by Elmhurst.
Yeah, they really improved on the keys we talked about at the beginning of the game. Turnovers and personal fouls. 11 turnovers for Elmhurst tonight. Only 12 fouls for them as well. They've cleaned up their game tonight.
Well, it was a lot of Blue Jays. Not enough comments tonight. 66-50. We're going to take us a short break. We come back. We'll have head coach John Baines. It's 66-50. Trellenberg with 26 points. Skipper for the comments with 16. Trellenberg, 26 points, 10 of 14 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 3 assists, and 35 minutes for the Blue Jays. And for Skipper, 16 points as the Blue Jays will win their first game of the year and even their record to 1-1. Head coach John Baines making his way up here. All right, head coach John Baines, congratulations, 66-50. Dominic Trellenberg, what a night he had for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, we're just been waiting for that, like he's got that in his game. We knew it. I mean, if anything, he puts a lot more pressure on himself than he should, and he's really just been pressing. And it's like, Coach, I think I can do it. And I said, we all know you can do it. I think he's been guarding himself, and so I kind of said, I sent him the Aaron Donald positive self-talk, social media, whatever, and he's just saying, just be good, it's all you. And you see, he's got a lot of game, and he's really a tough kid.
So what did you say after halftime? You had that lead, then the Comets brought it down to 3. You called that timeout to break the momentum. What exactly did you say to your team? Because whatever you did, they came out on fire.
Don't throw the ball to the other team. I think we had 3 straight, and I think more than anything, that was just to calm it down. And the other night, we've got a new group of guys playing. I mean, not new to the program, but new on the floor. And because of that, I think that I could have done a better job when we went up to Wisconsin Lutheran of just recognizing that and saying, hey, just settle down, slow down. And I think that was really what that timeout was. It was like, guys, just take a big, deep breath and play basketball. And so there's nothing groundbreaking there. It was just I felt like we needed a blow.
And some of the mistakes that you made against Wisconsin Lutheran, you corrected tonight, and it made all the difference against Olivet here.
Yeah, I mean, the sad part about Wisconsin Lutheran for us was we fouled 28 times and 24 turnovers, and it was a tie game with 3 minutes to go. And I put that in perspective. I went home and I was all bummed, and I watched the film and I was like, this is not as bad as I thought it was. I think we just need to take care of the ball, and I feel like we worked on that this week. Olivet has some athletic guys, and I felt like we did a good job taking care of it. I felt like in the second half, we settled for threes a little bit when we were getting a little tired, and those were times where we needed to get the ball into the paint. But we're a work in progress. I think this is a good team that is just going to continue to get better. We just have to keep working at it.
Well, you mentioned it. You got a new team, a younger team. Tegan Pearson, the only starter from last year's 5, and it's next man up here. And some of these guys played plenty of minutes last year. Now getting time to play that role as a starter, you can see them really starting to gel. Only your second game of the year.
Yeah, the only way you get experience is experience. You got to be on the floor, and the guys have been on the floor and they've been in big games, and so it's not like we've got a bunch of freshmen running around. We have some, but we got older guys that just need court time, and that's what's exciting for me is that I think the arrow is pointing up for this group and for our group, and we're going to be pretty good when we get to January and February. We just got to continue to work out a lot of this stuff.
I agree. You come back on Saturday, you play another non-conference foe, and how do you give these guys a little bit of a breather after this? This was a track meet tonight, to be honest with you, and another big game on Saturday.
Yeah, hey, that's the league, right? I mean, if there's anything that's going to prep you for going to Augie on a Wednesday night and coming back and playing Illinois Wesleyan on a Saturday, right. That's what it is. And that's why, whenever we've had these last couple of years, we've had some 4th and 5th year seniors, they understand that grind, the mental side of that stuff. And as a coach, I also have to do a good job of keeping our guys mentally fresh as well as physically fresh. And so as I've gotten more gray hair, I think I've gotten better at that.
Well, Coach, congratulations. 66-50 final score tonight. Go get some rest. Be ready for Saturday. We'll be back here. Another packed house this coming weekend. And congratulations. Go enjoy this victory.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And appreciate all you're doing. We hopefully get one Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, I know you guys will give 1,000% like you do. Head Coach John Baines. The Blue Jays win 66-50. We're going to take a short break. We come back. We'll close it out. 66-50. The Blue Jays win.
My name is Danielle Corliss, and I am in Elmhurst University's online MENP program. I believe that nursing is a calling. If you have an interest in healthcare, this is a very diverse field to go into, and you have a lot of options on what areas you want to work. I'm really excited to be a clinical nurse leader because there is a strong possibility to improve patient outcomes and improving the conditions that nurses and other medical professionals work in. I really hope to impact the lower income or underserved communities. Coming from Kentucky, where I was an EMT, and then even in my clinicals here in the Chicagoland area, there are a lot of underserved communities and they don't have access to the proper health resources. And I feel like focusing on those lower income, underserved communities can really help the healthcare system in general, but can also improve the overall health in these populations. My favorite part of this program has definitely been the clinicals. So my big aha moment during this program was during my critical care rotation. I was at a Trauma 1 center in Chicagoland area, which was a very great experience. And working in the ICU and in the ED, that's when I really knew this is what I wanted to do. Listening to my classmates and my friends talk about their experiences in clinical has been a really exciting experience, just to hear that they're doing well and that they're having the experience that we all hoped for, and that we're able to put the knowledge that we've learned in class into the actual setting and into the real world with real patients. It's very exciting because we're almost at the finish line. It's a very proud moment for us.